and welcome
geez,
to
we did a
episode
podcast
964 of the Player One Podcast for Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me as always
not from Canada,
the great state of Washington.
This is where you normally say
not from Canada.
Say Canada, but that's not me.
That's not true.
No.
This week, but from the great state of Washington.
It's
Mr.
good to see that I'm still here with Greg,
Theobald.
though. If I'm looking at the name tags, right above.
Oh shoot!
Oh, but now I'm gone. You kicked me.
change that.
Wait, now I'm on this side.
Now you're on that side.
What is this? Not. Oh my gosh! You're doing everything but changing your name.
There we go.
There, now it says CJ.
I did it. I was like, oh, do I have to double click? No, that's not.
You're kicking me from the call. You're moving me all around the screen.
I'm sorry, Phil.
That's okay.
I didn't mean to.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Seeing less of me works in the viewer's favor.
Does it? Does it though?
I mean, otherwise their brains will be overloaded by all this pretty.
Guess so. Yeah.
There you go. How's it
How you
going,
doing?
CJ?
How you doing? You have to answer first.
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay, good.
How are you?
I'm also fine.
Well, then we're a couple of fine fellows.
We're doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg is not here. He's at a lacrosse match.
Yes.
One of his kids is playing lacrosse right now.
He's doing this parenting thing.
Sounds gross.
What's that about? Yeah.
What do you know about
Encouraging your
lacrosse?
kids to go into sports.
What do you know about lacrosse, CJ?
Very little,
Yeah.
actually. Isn't that the one they play with the big like sticks that have little nets on them? It's like hockey without ice.
It's like high-a-lie, but
I
with
don't even
longer
know what
sticks.
that is. Is it really?
I don't know. I will tell you everything I know about lacrosse. I can pronounce it.
Yeah.
And I know that a lacrosse helmet has a cage in front of the face.
Yeah.
And that a lacrosse face cage was used on Mystery Science Theater 3000 to form Crow T Robot's head antenna.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. That wire mesh on top of Crow's head was a lacrosse mask.
Okay.
And
That's cool. That's the extent of your knowledge.
That's
more than I have. So.
That is it.
More than I have. But
His
yeah.
beak was a bowling pin, a plastic bowling pin.
I think I knew that too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think his eye sockets were like a soap dish or something. I don't know.
When are we going to get another season of MST? That's what I'm
guessing
curious about.
I'm guessing
the
never?
one they previously attempted another Kickstarter and it didn't make it. It failed.
Right.
But it wasn't a Kickstarter. It was like a different crowdfunding.
Yeah,
it was like their own crowdfunding platform, and
some sort of
never
Kickstarter
took off. So
yeah. I'm guessing MST is done.
I'm ready to back it though. If they want to do more, I'm ready.
I'll tell you what. I never actually watched the last season of it.
I watched some of the last season of it and really liked what I watched.
It was so bungled. That final season was so just
all over the place.
Managed. You know, they put out like early access episodes or something. Like they were putting out you could watch episodes early, but
the sound mix was bad.
Yeah. And like you could tell the budget. I mean, MST, a famously no budget show, somehow looked even lower budget than like the first season on Comedy Central.
Yep.
And it turned me right off.
I only watched a few episodes from the new season. I really should go back and watch more because I do like it. I mean,
even you who are like, oh yeah, I'd back it in a second. You're still like, well, I haven't even watched all the old episodes.
I haven't. Yeah, I need to. Hey, then again, I haven't watched all of Black Mirror that came out. I didn't even back
Black Mirror, so I can't say anything about that.
Black Mirror is great.
I'm sure it is.
I need to watch more of it. But
did you watch? Have you been watching Andor? I forget.
So,
oh dear.
I watched the first 3 episodes last week, and then I started on the
of season
next
1?
3, season 2.
Okay, season 2. Okay.
So I've seen all of season 1.
Okay.
Seen the first 3 of season 2, and then 1 episode into the next sort of trio of episodes.
Okay. Okay.
And that show's great. First of all,
I finished it. You know, as you might expect.
I've heard it's great all the way through.
I'm gonna say this. After watching it, I have to admit it to myself. It's the best Star Wars. It's better than Empire.
I'm not surprised by that.
It is the best piece of Star Wars media.
Yeah.
And we're never going to get anything good like that again.
I know we're not.
You're going to have your baby Yoda and you're going to like it.
No thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks. I mean, the fact that they even made Andor is amazing to begin with.
Oh, I know.
But also that they spend so much money on, like, the budget on screen is just
great.
Like perfect. Like it looks
great.
So good.
Yeah.
All the actors are great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. It's really good.
Something happened in the first 3 episodes that already made me kind of cry.
Well,
no,
get ready.
What are they doing?
Get ready.
I know. And then the first episode of the second trio of episodes, I was like, oh, it ended with something. And I was like, are they foreshadowing that's
right.
going to be more stuff like this? No, I can't. My heart can't take it. So, but I'm looking forward to watching the rest of it.
Yeah. It's very good.
It is so good. I want to like parse it out so that I'm not just like blowing all the way through it, because I know it won't last. And it's like, I like it so much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Keep going. Hopefully we can convince Greg to watch it someday.
He should watch it.
It's so weird that he is so adamant about like
good Star Wars
show sucked, so I'm skeptical to watch Andor. Come on, man.
Dude.
Come on, Greg.
Come on. Greg, watch it. Come on.
You're missing out on literally the best this series has been.
Yeah.
And by series,
and will ever be.
Star Wars as a whole.
And will ever be.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have no doubt about that.
Ugh, love it.
Yep.
I also want to watch Murderbot on Apple TV.
Dana and I watched, because they have 2 episodes up at the moment.
Yeah.
We watched both of them because she is it's based on some books.
Yeah.
And she is a fan of the books. So we watched it, and you know what? I quite enjoyed it.
I watched the trailer for it and was like, holy shit, this looks great.
Yeah, it's fun.
I need to watch it.
It's cute. It's funny. As a fan of the book, she enjoyed it. As someone who has no familiarity with the books, I also enjoyed it. So
that's good.
Yeah.
That's what you need. You need. So
give it a go.
Watching some Murderbot. You can tell we're stretching. We're filling the air here. But I finished up the Righteous Gemstones. You watch Righteous Gemstones? You watch anything, Danny McBride?
I've been told several times by multiple people I need to watch it. I have yet to get around to watching it.
It's so funny.
That's what I mean.
I love pretty much anything that Danny McBride does.
Yeah.
Like Eastbound and Down, hilarious.
Yeah.
Vice Principals, hilarious.
Yeah.
And that's got your Walton Goggins in it too.
So, I mean, Walton Goggins is kind of everywhere these days.
He is everywhere, but he's also really damn good.
Well, yeah, of course.
And then Righteous Gemstones also has Walton Goggins.
Yes, it does.
So it's a great show. And I thought the most recent season was like, it was like a Gaiden. Like a good Gaiden, where it's like there's all this sort of side stuff and it kind of coalesces at the end and there's an ending. It's like they had a really good idea for the end and then kind of, saw their way to it through the other 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I can take that. But it was good.
Good.
And it had Sean William Scott in it, too. American Pie's Sean William Scott.
I love animals. That's that guy, right?
I love animals, yeah.
That's Dude, Where's My Car?
Dude, Where's My Car? Yeah.
Which is
I saw that movie in the theater.
Which one?
Dude, Where's My Car? Well, I saw
so did I.
American Pie in the theater too.
I did not see American Pie in the theater.
Did I? Or maybe that was one that I only saw on DVD.
But I did see Dude, Where's My Car in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like Dude, Where's My Car?
I enjoyed it too. I haven't watched it since.
All right.
I haven't watched it since I saw it in the theater, but I do remember really enjoying it.
It was very
at the time.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure to me. Like,
it
brought back some of the same feelings and same vibe, right?
Not as good.
No, not as good, because what could be as good as that?
You're right.
Which reminds me, I need to watch some more John Wick movies, because I've only seen the first one.
Oh, okay.
And really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really quite enjoyed it.
I haven't seen them.
Watch more.
4? The most recent one. Wait, we have nothing.
We have nothing to talk about.
Greg's not here. Happened. It's chaos.
It's chaos.
So tell me, what John Wick movies have you seen?
Yes.
Listen to us.
We should talk about video games.
Okay, fine.
What do you think of Killer Instinct, Phil?
I've never liked Killer Instinct.
Me neither. Next story.
It's on the N64 version is on NSO.
The N64 version's on NSO. This is the version that people like.
Yeah.
And it just sort of, it triggered in me a kind of interesting, like, remember that time when everybody was making either a Street Fighter 2 clone or a Mortal Kombat clone or somewhere in between.
Right.
And then it kind of reminded me about, like, once Vampire Survivors took off, there you saw a million of those clones. And now Balatro's big, and we're seeing a lot of deck building.
Right.
Games, and just like the video game industry continues to make clones of whatever's hot,
chasing that trend.
Clones of whatever's hot, and which I don't blame anybody for doing, but it's just amazing.
You want to know my Killer Instinct Gold story? You may have even been around for my one Killer Instinct Gold story.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Back in the day,
I think I have heard this before.
What's that?
Maybe. I think I might have heard this.
You've probably heard this before. This was back when we were at EGM. This was my early days at Electronic Gaming Monthly. And you were there, of course. And Killer Instinct Gold was coming to the N64, and a Nintendo rep showed up at the office with a big old locked up N64 system with the Killer Instinct Gold cartridge bolted into it so no one could steal it and copy
tamper with it. Yeah.
And everyone was gathered around. The Nintendo rep was showing the game off. Everyone was taking turns playing against the rep, doing a match or two. And it came around to me, and the rep said, "Oh, hey, do you wanna give it a go?" And at first I was a little hesitant because, I'd played it in the arcades a couple of times, really didn't like it. Didn't like the memorizing combo system. So of course I had no combos memorized, so I wasn't going to be good at it. But the rep was like, "Oh, yeah, come on in here. We'll just play a friendly match." So I get in there, I get my controller, the match starts. I forget what character I picked, but I just started hitting buttons, started button mashing, and I ended up pulling off some incredibly huge combo that just destroyed the rep, just like in one or two shots, just boom. And the guy was like, "Oh, wow, that was great. You must be an expert at this game." And I just had to admit, no, I'm just button mashing. I don't know.
Just tapping buttons.
And I didn't say this because I was trying not to be rude, but in my head, I'm thinking, this is why this game is not good. Where someone who knows none of the moves can pick it up and just tap, 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 and just decimate someone. It's not a good game. But now you can play it on NSO.
Now you too can be a button masher on Nintendo Switch Online with expansion pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people like it, so I'm glad it's there.
People like it. I'm glad it's there. That's fine.
Yes.
Another thing that's there, Hideo Kojima, recently interviewed by Edge magazine, says that he has left his staff, his personal assistant, has a USB stick full of game ideas for after he dies.
Oh my goodness.
So he can create video games based on his ideas after he's gone.
Until that USB gets dropped off at a medieval times. Remember that?
Remember Randy Pitchford's USB.
Is it full of? It's full of Kojima's game ideas and Randy Pitchford's magician porn.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think they've ever met, Randy Pitchford and Kojima?
I mean, my gut says they had to have, but then my gut also says if they had, Randy Pitchford probably would never shut up about it. I could see him just constantly saying, "Oh, when I was talking to Kojima about game design philosophy," that seems like something he'd really want to let everyone know happened.
Possible,
but I don't know.
Yeah,
but it seems like they would have. They're both big name industry people, right?
Yeah, they had to have met at some function, DICE or
you'd think
the BAFTAs. One of those, I don't know.
You got a syllable of that out, and my mind just went straight to, is he going to say bathroom?
They met in the bathroom?
Yeah. Maybe they're at E3.
You never
Kojima
know.
Has to make a pit stop. He goes in there. Randy's there. Finishing up.
They probably both have entourages.
What do you think they march around? Trade shows with a crew.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Where are we going next after this? Oh, I wanted to ask, what do you think an idea for a game would be off of Kojima's USB stick?
It's something insufferable.
Something.
That's my guess.
Very insufferable.
That's my guess is, he's at the phase right now where he's just doing whatever weird crap he wants.
Yeah.
Metal Gear took off
without an editor to tell him no.
And so the stuff that's on that USB stick is going to be the stuff that's even too out there for this phase of his career. The stuff where he's like, oh, I have this really great idea for a game, but oh boy, I don't want to be around when this comes out because
why not?
Because it's real out there. And I don't want to have to do interviews where people are going to ask me what was I thinking with this, because
no one's going to do that. No one's going to do that. Who have you ever seen interview Kojima that's like, what were you thinking? Nobody asks him that. No.
I thought you meant who's going to do that in the sense that there will not be a video game press.
Oh,
in 2 years. So I guess one's as good as the other.
I don't think anyone in the video game press would ask that.
They're just too busy saying, "Oh, you're a genius."
Well, I think part of it is
yeah.
What?
Yeah, you can't finish that thought, can you?
I guess I can't. You're right. Where's our video game press going? But people don't ask hard questions in interviews anymore.
No.
If they ever really did. I mean, I think they did at a certain point. What was that? There was an interview.
What was that one time when Shu? Who was he? He was talking
Peter
to
Moore.
Yeah, that's who it was.
That was the only, or that was one of the last hard hitting.
and everyone freaked out. They were like, "Whoa, wait a second!
Whoa, he's saying the real things. He's asking the real questions." Yeah. I don't know. But Death Stranding 2 comes out in June. And there was some report that he of the preview impressions where Kojima was like, I had hoped that it would have been more divisive, or like, everyone liked it, and I hoped that they wouldn't have
this is what I'm talking
it.
about. This is what I'm talking about. He's like intentionally trying to rile people up, and everyone's so stuck in the, oh, you're a genius. Everything you do is great. You're a genius. And now he's like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want to weird people out.
Yeah. I played a little bit of Death Stranding.
Yeah.
I couldn't get past
some
of the cutscenes.
I'm telling you, I am off of Kojima's
and yet I'm on to the Yakuza series.
Yes.
This is the thing. Like, I'm on to Yakuza, which is a series that is completely up its own butt and around the corner. And how many times has it done the laps?
Yeah.
But I'm there for it in that case, whereas I'm not with Death Stranding, or I don't know.
I played
any Metal Gear after 2, really.
The last Kojima game I played was Ground Zeroes. That kind of
the multiplayer thing?
Huh?
Was that the multiplayer thing?
No, that was the prologue to Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes, because Metal Gear 5 was coming out, and then they released this, here's this little kind of short intro to that game.
Yeah.
And it was Ground Zeroes, and I played that because I loved Metal Gear Solid, loved 2, loved 3.
And Zone of the Enders. You're a Zone of the Enders fan.
Especially Zone of the Enders 2.
Mm-hmm.
Adore it. Holy crap, that's a great game. Metal Gear Solid 5, I loved, even if it, the ending of that game, that like 45-minute ending, where I started kind of going, I was having fun up until now. But I was like, I was still super psyched for Metal Gear 5. Played Ground Zeroes, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm done. I think I'm out. So.
Yeah.
Or Yakuza, give me that.
Well, I am glad that people are enjoying it, and hey, more power to them. If you can, if you can love the thing, then go for it.
A lot of people seem to really like Death Stranding.
They do, and that's great. That's cool.
Yeah. Great.
All right.
Yes.
Let's talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The movie?
Not the movie, the game.
The game.
Yeah, the game that was put out by Gun Media.
Okay. So this game exists already. Is this one of your asymmetrical multiplayer games?
It is indeed. Phil. Okay. And it's available for play, I think, on PS Plus now.
Oh, that's right. I did see that. Yes.
So if you, I forget if it was this month or last month. It was one of the free games.
I think it might have been
this month.
I think it's
this month. I think it's this one. It's one of the months.
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
I think right now.
Oh,
I think now it is Balatro.
Yeah.
It is some Warhammer thing.
Bolt Gun.
And yes, and Ark. Right.
Yeah, Ark Survival Evolved.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, which I've played. Balatro.
Yeah.
No Ark, and I played a little bit of Bolt Gun, but then got nauseous, as first-person shooters tend to do.
To hear that.
But it is an old school Doom clone, which I think you should play.
Well, we'll get to what we've been playing.
We'll get to that.
If you want to hear about Doom clones,
I do.
Clones, but are Doom.
Yes. Let's talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So Gun issued a statement this week saying that the game will not be getting any more content or support, as the developer says it's now fully realized.
Oh, well.
And if you have gone on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre subreddit,
which I have not.
Which I have. You'll know what the reaction to that was, which was...
Everyone was like, congratulations, you've achieved your goal. We're so proud of you. It's so great to see a game development team realize their vision and know that this is the time to move on and experiment with new things and new ideas. And we're happy that you have achieved your vision.
No, that was not the response that it got. Was kind of met with a lot of distaste and anger. That I know, but it did get me thinking. Like all of these live service games, there has to be an end to them at some point. There has to be a point where the money doesn't work, where you can't support the game forever, right? Like,
you need. Can we just get Leatherface in Fortnite? Is that good enough?
No.
Oh,
that hasn't. I don't think that's happened yet, but I think it's. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
It'd be hard to do a Lego version of Leatherface. I don't know if I don't know if the Lego group would be super
they just
keen
wouldn't
on that.
Include the Lego version of the character then.
That's true.
Is there a Lego Ash Williams?
I don't believe so. I
highly doubt it.
I believe that like adult-centric R-rated properties
are not Legoized.
There is no Lego version of RoboCop in that game.
Okay.
Right.
Or the alien from Aliens.
Yes. The Xenomorph.
Yes.
I don't even know if there is a Lego Deadpool in the game.
Oh.
Despite there actually being a Lego Deadpool minifigure.
Oh.
Like there was officially a few years ago, it was probably several years ago at this point, but there was a set that included a Lego Deadpool figure. I don't think there is one in Fortnite. I might be wrong about that, but I don't believe there is.
Okay.
Anyway.
Gunn said, like, we're happy with the point that it's at, and we had a vision for the game. We've realized it, and we're going to move on. And it was not
Congratulations.
It was not met happily on the subreddit anyway.
Thank goodness.
I am kind of with you, or I'm extrapolating from your earlier statement that you would be happy for the developer of a multiplayer game to be like, this is it. This is the product.
We did it.
Here it is. You know, like I have no problem with that at all.
I mean, they're not turning the servers off or anything, right?
They are not turning the servers off. No, it's just that development is done and we're moving on.
But you can still play.
You can still play it.
Please enjoy our finished game.
But it's a multiplayer game. So I think everybody has been conditioned to think that all of these live service games have made they've had this FOMO thing where they just keep adding content and updating and updating and updating ad nauseum. Right. Now that is the expectation.
But you don't have to have FOMO anymore.
What?
You don't need FOMO anymore. You got it.
You don't need FOMO. You
don't have to worry about having to buy something else.
Phil, it's not good enough.
You got it. You got it.
And
have fun.
Every multiplayer game that comes out now has that inevitably on any subreddit dedicated to the game. It'll be like, is this game, are they still supporting this game? Even if it's only been like 15 days after the thing came out. It's like, this game's dead.
I mean, you played Concord, right?
Let's not talk about
asking
Concord.
2 weeks after the fact, are you still supporting this game? Concord. Is not necessarily an out of place question.
Not when it's Concord related, of course. God, I hate everything that happened to that game. But again, here's the thing with that. Games are going to come out that run into that exact same issue where it's like the expectation now is that you're going to be a fully realized game at launch. This is the problem. You have monoliths like Fortnite and Destiny and Call of Duty that are games that have been going on for so long and have had so much content added to them that now when a new game comes out and doesn't offer that breadth of mechanics or gameplay or whatever, people are like, whatever, I'm not going to leave the game that I'm happy with that has tons of content to play this new game that doesn't have anything. It's like, ooh. kind of painted yourself into a corner there, multiplayer devs. Yeah, so you see a game like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is now fully realized, quote unquote, and people are upset because now it's not going to get any more support. It's like, well, but it's a multiplayer game. It's an asymmetrical multiplayer game. You're not taking anything away. The servers are still up. You can still have that same amount of fun with the game, and people aren't happy.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks for Gunn, but I think it is more a vision of what is going to happen in the future with games that are like, you can't stop, apparently. Like, you have to keep going because people are going to be like, oh,
it's a grind.
More soul coughing.
There you go. That was just for you.
You, because at one point you stopped supporting a game and now nobody else is going to trust you when you move on to the next game.
Yep.
So,
oh, look, Stewart's in our chat now.
Yeah, what's the deal with this?
Not paying attention to his kid's lacrosse game. It's Greg Seward.
Hey, it's the hottest new podcast from the last decade. Yes. Yep. Or from last decade. Yeah.
Yep. Apparently more interesting than his kid's lacrosse match.
Yes.
Shameful.
You know what else is interesting?
I don't know.
Fallout.
Yeah.
Just Fallout in general. But more specifically, Fallout, the television show.
Oh, yes.
On Amazon Prime. You may have seen it. I watched it all the way through.
It's great.
Thoroughly. It has Walton Goggins in it. It's
got your Goggins in it. You got them Goggins.
No Danny McBride. That's all right.
Nope.
Season 2 comes out in December. They finished filming. And it's already been renewed for a season 3.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So we'll be getting at least 3 seasons of Fallout. So
okay.
I'm happy with that. Apparently the second season will pick up and they will go to New Vegas in the second season.
Oh.
Which in the video games there's a New Vegas. There's a New Vegas game.
I think they teased that at the end of the first season, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you like the Star Treks, right?
I do.
You like trekking through them stars, right?
Yeah.
The gal in the Fallout show.
Yes.
Who plays Lucy?
Lucy, yeah.
Ella Purnell. Is her name. She does a voice on the Star Trek Prodigy show.
Oh, really?
She's one of the main characters on that show, actually.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Huh. So if you ever get around to watching Prodigy,
I will have to keep it in mind, Phil.
Prodigy's okay. Prodigy starts out rough. Like the first
CG animated show.
That is the CG animated show. And you can tell at some point in the development process of that show, someone pitched it as, what if we did the Star Wars Clone Wars cartoon, but Star Trek? Because it's definitely got that like Clone Wars vibe to it.
Yeah.
And the first half of the first season is kind of rough, but then it actually gets pretty good. So turns into a pretty decent kids Star Trek show.
Okay.
Although I will also say,
I'd have to check it out. Yeah.
I will also say it would behoove you to watch Voyager before watching Prodigy, because there's a lot of Prodigy, or there's a lot of Voyager stuff going on in Captain Janeway. There's a holographic version of Captain Janeway who's one of the main cast members.
Okay.
And there's a lot of references to plot points and characters from Voyager.
Gotcha.
Well, there you go.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Phil.
Yes, sir.
We have arrived at the end of the news. So that means we can talk about more television stuff.
I mean, we just were. Between Fallout and Star Trek, for crying out loud.
By the way, the Taskmaster. Have you ever seen Taskmaster?
Taskmaster, the
Marvel
Taskmaster superhero is
not that one. No. I'm talking about the UK television show Taskmaster,
I believe you mean
where
Red Dwarf.
5 comedians take on various tasks they have to do, and it usually yields funny results.
I have
ever seen this show?
I have not seen this.
Well, the good thing is, Phil, Taskmaster is available on the YouTubes.
Okay.
For the price of nothing. It's absolutely free. And the latest series going on in the UK right now.
Yeah, they don't call them seasons.
They don't.
Right.
The latest series is the 19th and that they've done, and Jason Mantzoukas is in it. Are you familiar with Jason Mantzoukas?
Jason Mantzoukas, one of the main characters in Star Trek Prodigy.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. Yes,
again,
indeed.
It all comes back
also,
to Star Trek. Yeah.
Also, going back to what we were talking about earlier, also voices a character who shows up a few times in regular show.
Oh, there you go. I'm not shocked by that at all. He's also in The Good Place.
Yeah,
Derek in The Good Place, which is one of my favorite shows. And he's on The League, which is also a great show. He's Rafi in The League. I don't know. Have you ever seen The League, Phil?
I've not seen The League.
It's about a fantasy football group. It's about a fantasy football league. Yeah. About some people who are in a league. And I watched that show with my ex-wife, and neither of us care about sports or football. But enjoyed the hell out of The League.
Okay.
So, and it is a really funny show. And Jason Mantzoukas is in it. But he's also in Taskmaster Series 19. So.
Very good. I mean, he's a funny guy.
He is a funny guy. You should watch. I think you'd really get a kick out of Taskmaster.
Okay,
I think
I'll
you'd
have
really
to check out an episode or two.
Enjoy
see if
it.
Clicks.
Yeah.
He also does, I mentioned that we've been watching The Invincible with our kid.
Yes.
And Jason Mantzoukas also voices a character in that as well.
Very nice.
It's funny too, because he's doing the voice and you can tell it's him, but he's not full. He's not doing his full like Jason.
He's not doing his regular voice.
Yeah.
He's putting on
not
a voice.
Doing his whole like crazy guy shtick.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
So, anyway,
alrighty.
What else
I guess we should talk about video games or something.
Okay, back to games.
I'm also watching Hacks. Do you watch Hacks? Do you know Hacks? HBO?
No, I don't.
It's a great show.
I don't know Hacks.
It's from the people who made it's a Mike Schur produced show.
Okay.
He's a producer on it. Mike Schur, did Parks and Rec and
right.
The Good Place and
The Office.
The Office,
yeah.
The US Office. So a lot of the people from those shows are running Hacks as well, and it's just a really funny show about a sort of washed up comedian in Las Vegas, and she hires a younger writer to like revitalize her career, and they butt heads a lot, and it's just a really fun, like positive show too. Like it's oddly like very affirming. Anyway, I see somebody wants in on this stream, and I'm not sure I'm going to let him. Not sure.
Greg? Oh, Jesus
Greg,
Christ.
look at this.
It's Greg.
Hi.
Greg's here.
Are you staying here, or
I'll stay. Yeah, I'm home.
So you're home now.
Somebody has to come in here and get you guys to start talking about video games again.
I don't see a problem with this. We were having a good time until you showed up.
Yeah, we were having a lot of fun.
Glad I can ruin it.
Yeah. So they're in the championship tomorrow, Greg?
They are.
Congratulations.
That's good stuff.
I mean, thanks. I didn't do anything.
Did you root them on?
I guess he is the fruit of my loins, so.
Ew.
Yeah.
What?
Again, we were having a good time till Greg showed up talking about his loins.
That's what the show needs. More loins.
Greg, you got to watch Andor.
I know I do. I keep hearing that.
Seriously do.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if you've been listening to this show the whole time.
No.
It's
Probably
the best
not.
Star Wars.
You aren't the
it's
first.
better than Empire.
Yeah, I hear that from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Better than Empire.
You need to watch it.
I hate to say that. I hate to say that, but it is true. So you got to give it a go.
Yes, he does.
So what are we at? What we've been playing?
We're at what we've been playing. So Phil, you're up first.
Greg hurriedly typing in is what he's been playing into the document.
Tapping. You can hear the tap.
Well, okay.
Keyboard.
So I've been playing. I have 2 games on my list that you 2 can see. The good folks at home cannot.
True.
Which one should I talk about first? The one that Greg and I have been playing, or the one that all 3 of us have been playing? Thanks for the advice. Thanks for the input.
One all 3 of us
You're
have
the
been
oldest
playing.
one here. Make a decision.
All 3 of us.
I am ironically the least qualified to make decisions
but it's nice
like
that you
this.
recognize that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I've lived with myself for 50 years. I know what I'm capable of.
Man, that's a long time to be with you.
Tell me about it. You think I'm happy? Okay, so the one all 3 of us have been playing is a game that Greg and I have been playing for the past couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Last week, I seem to recall myself promising that I would finish up the show and go complete this game.
Did you?
And ladies and gentlemen, I upheld my end of that bargain.
Yeah.
I did finish South of Midnight.
Very nice.
Right? Approximately a week ago, as I sit here recording. Greg, I know you've been playing it as well.
Yep.
Where are you at right now?
I am still looking for Molly. Hugging Molly.
Okay. So you're okay. You're still looking for Hug and Molly.
Yeah.
Do you know what chapter you're in?
I want to say 8.
Okay.
I've been at the pig farm a lot. I'm trying. It's backwards in my head. I don't know. Is the pig farm after she talks to her grandmother and gets her new outfit, or before?
I believe it's
before. No, it's before.
Oh, it is before.
That's the whole reason she gives you. Well, not the whole reason, but one of the.
Oh yeah,
she
that's right. That's
something about how smelly she is.
You wouldn't want to go with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her new outfit's too nice to go to the pig farm in.
Yeah, absolutely.
That pig farm was gross.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know where. Sorry, I know where I am. I went to the what do they call it? It's the bar.
Oh, yeah.
That's the chapter I'm on. I met him and I saw what happened, which was awesome.
You got his backstory.
Yeah. So now I'm kind of trying to. I'm actually in the tower right now.
Your mom's ex.
Yes, and I'm actually. I climbed up the hill to see him again, and I'm in the tower. That's where I stopped.
Okay. And I can tell you're keeping things spoiler free.
I don't want to because it's very cool. I think it's very cool.
CJ has started playing, so
I started playing again.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is a slight spoiler, but it's not really. It's just a structure of the game spoiler. So this game has 14 chapters, and the final chapter is essentially just the ending. So functionally, there's 13 chapters, but there's sort of the final ending chapter. Just to give you an idea, Greg, of your progress.
I'm a little over halfway.
Okay, yeah. CJ,
yeah,
you've started playing this as well.
I have, yeah.
How far are you?
So I am at the bit. I just met the catfish, and he sent me along on a mission to collect some things, I think. And I'm doing that, or actually I did that already, and I'm coming back to him with the bottle. Yeah, from the bottle tree.
Oh, yeah. You just got the bottle off the tree.
Yep.
Okay. So you're getting to the part where I was telling Greg, "Ooh, it does some cool stuff with the music and things later on."
Yeah,
you're getting very close to that.
Cool. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
How are you enjoying it, CJ?
I am liking it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think, Greg, you said right after the bit where I stopped playing, you learned some moves that make combat and dealing with crowds and such a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I agree with that statement a whole lot. And so yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. And there's, I like the little bit of exploration they have in the game too. Like, it's fairly linear, but also you can explore the environments and find some cool stuff. So I'm enjoying that part of it.
Lots of little notes everywhere. There's a lot of lore to uncover in like bits and pieces, right? It's not like you don't necessarily. I mean, you do get a pretty decent story dump in between chapters, but for the most part, there's just like a lot of little one-page bits of lore that you can find, which is cool. If you want to find it, it's great.
Yeah. Anything longer than a paragraph or two, I'm not going to read it, but I am picking it up.
Yeah, you know what? None of it is really that long.
Yeah, it's just on the slight edge for me where
I get it. I'm usually a skip reading the codex stuff as well, but it was brief enough here where, and I guess I was interested enough in the story where I was reading all that.
As I play, if I become more interested in the story, I'll go back and read things that I've collected. But so far, I haven't needed to do that.
I'll say this though, as I was going through, and I've talked about this on the show before, where these kind of third-person action games, I am very much a linger in the environment and look at everything and try and go down every corridor, just because I just like exploring the world that's laid out. I want to see what books are on people's bookshelves. I want to see what they have strewn across the floor.
Yeah, because someone had to make that.
Well, yeah, that's just it, right? Yeah, it's interesting from a game creation point of view of like, this just imagining the design team coming up with like, what's Hazel's bedroom look like? You're in it for 30 seconds at the start of the game, but you still got to flesh it out. But then also you get you get an idea of the character and what is this person like, and if you
I think they told a lot even from her bedroom. Actually, I think I mentioned this on the first night that we were speaking about it, because I think she's got track trophies in there,
and like posters and things.
Yeah, which I kind of really loved, just because in these games, in these kinds of, I mean, this is basically Uncharted. The gameplay is like Uncharted when you're navigating the world. So you need to be pretty athletic. So I just thought it was a nice touch. It's like, oh, she is actually a student athlete. Like, it makes sense that she can haul herself up onto ledges.
She definitely has that Nathan Drake upper body strength.
Exactly. Right. And it's like, it's not really super important to the story, but it just fleshes out the character just that tiny little bit.
There is a part near the end of the game where you are, I don't want to get into details and stuff, but there's a part where you're in a structure climbing very far upwards, and it's very perilous. And she is, clinging to the sides and scooting around. And I'm just like, how many times would I have died?
I wouldn't even get up to the first ledge.
No.
I wouldn't die, but the world would come to an end. I mean, I'd be the reason why everyone else died.
Oh, absolutely. But, my point of spending time exploring this world was, going, because I was getting into picking up all the collectibles and going down all the little side tributaries of the main branch, looking for collectibles and things like that. And I was convinced as I was going through that I am thoroughly exploring everything, and I'm going to end up, I may not get 100%, but I'm going to have most of the collectibles.
Nope.
I got like half of them.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't think I'm going to go back and try and clear them out, but yeah, there's a lot to explore. I'm
the same way, because I feel like I'm pretty thorough.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, well, how did I miss all this stuff?
I know.
and so every now and then I because I started to do videos about the games that I finished every year. And so I try to just record a little bit of footage while I'm playing sometimes. And I go back and watch them, especially in third person action games. It's hard to watch because my camera is constantly swinging around and sweeping the environment. And it's like,
this is,
I wouldn't watch this.
Yeah.
But it's the way the right stick is constantly moving when I'm playing these games.
Same here.
Yeah.
And I'm really cognizant about it because Dana will often, when I'm playing games like this, she will like to chill out on the couch next to me and watch me play because she's interested in the story and everything. And every now and again, as I'm just constantly whipping the camera around looking for items or secret paths or hidden doors or whatever, I'm just like, am I making her sick? Am I?
Yeah.
This can't be pleasant to watch because she has no idea what I'm doing or what I'm looking for. And it's just chaos from someone who is outside looking at the action.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good game. I'm excited for you to get further in it, Greg, because like I said, there does continue to be lots of really cool stuff, especially towards the very end of the game. And CJ, I hope you stick with it.
I'd like to.
I'll be honest.
It's not a long game, so
no. You know what? I checked.
I think I
could. I finished it. It took me like 15 hours.
Oh, okay.
And like I said, I linger
meander around and exploring. Yeah.
I think it kind of might low key be on my short list.
Oh, really?
When we do our game of the year discussions.
Oh, it's definitely on mine.
Yeah.
I mean, and saying that is kind of silly, I think, in a way, because I haven't played a whole lot of games that came out this year at this point anyway.
Right.
But even if I had, I am enjoying it enough that it's definitely on my this is one of the games that I'm going to be sifting through and deciding if it makes my top 5 for sure.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. The other game that I'm playing this week then is the original Doom clone. Doom: The Dark Ages came out this past week. It is on the Game Pass.
Yeah,
and so I downloaded that, and I have been playing that. I'm still very early in the game. I am currently on the 4th mission.
You're 2 missions, or you're one. I'm on one 3rd mission.
Okay, have you
I haven't really started the 3rd mission. I played through the first 2 missions on the first night, and then I was just showing the game to a friend. Actually, CJ's best friend Mike is playing it too.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually, you know what? Now I'm saying that. Yes, he is. Anyway, the 3rd mission is like a mech mission, and somebody in the room was like, no, don't do that mission because it doesn't really show what the game is like.
Right.
So I went back and I replayed mission 2.
Oh, nice.
So I've only played the first 2 missions.
Yeah. So one of the gimmicks of this game is that there are levels where the Doom Slayer, your character, enters a skyscraper sized mech suit, and you are stomping through levels, just walking over troops of enemies, smashing through bridges, smashing through buildings, and basically punching giant demons to death. And it is it's a fun little variance of the gameplay, but yes, obviously not the true nature of Doom. But it's still fun. It's still very fun. I still enjoy doing it. But yeah, I loved Doom 2016, and I'm not a first person shooter guy, but I do have a soft spot for Doom because
it's Doom.
Because it's Doom.
Because you're old and it's Doom.
Yeah, I got so far into Doom and Doom 2 and Final Doom back in the day.
All the wads.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, yes. So yeah, always a sucker for
wads
Doom.
On Doom.
And, loved Doom 2016. Didn't love Doom Eternal. I actually bounced off of Doom Eternal pretty quickly. They started introducing platforming nonsense into that game, and it didn't work. So I didn't really enjoy that one. But so far, Dark Ages seems to be leaning more towards the 2016 vibes.
Nice.
Where it is just, classic Doom action. You walk through mazes and enter rooms, and a horde of monsters comes at you. And you blow them up, and then you keep going. But this one does have a lot of, they've added a lot more ways of attacking and defending yourself. You do have a shield, so you can block attacks. You can parry some attacks. You can get, at one point, you find a giant circular blade that you install on your shield to turn it into a chain shield, so you can throw it like a weapon. And some of the you get weapons that, because sometimes there'll be enemies that have shields.
Yep.
And they will, of course, block your attacks, but if you shoot at their shields a few times, the heat from the impact of your weapons will start them glowing hot. And once they do that, you can throw your shield at you can throw your shield at the enemy's heated shields, which will cause them to explode. Stuff like that.
Cool.
But yeah, it is pretty cool. I'm enjoying it quite a bit so far. What do you think, Greg?
So yeah, and coming at it as somebody who didn't play Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal.
Actually, really? You didn't play either one?
No, not real. I think I might have played 2016 for a bit.
Oh wow.
But it just, I don't know. I don't think it was because I didn't like it. It was just that there was probably something else I was playing or something else I wanted to play at the same time. And so I just never went back to it. But I really, it's definitely a totally different way to play Doom than I've ever played. But I am enjoying it. It's chaotic, in a good way. And my understanding is, and I actually want to ask you about this because when we were hanging around checking this out last night, my friend Jim, who has played them, I think he kind of agrees with you in that Doom Eternal didn't really do it for him.
Right.
Like he was saying, he finished it, but he was saying like he was ready. He was so ready to. Actually, I think he said he actually dropped the game down to easy just to finish it because he was just so done with the game.
Yeah.
He played through it. He doesn't play his games on easy normally, but he just I want to be done with this and get rid of it because he still buys everything physical and then sells it. So, but he was saying how it was really finicky about, like, it almost sounded like there was a lot of resource management involved in Doom Eternal.
If there was, I don't remember.
Right. So anyway, I think that's kind of what he was getting at. And we were sort of playing this game and talking about it. And it's like, there's clearly ways that they want you to fight. Like each enemy, they definitely want you to fight them a certain way.
Right.
And that's the most effective way to fight them. But you don't have to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can make things a little bit more difficult on yourself by just, doing it wrong. But I think it works. When you get into the areas where, they lock you into an arena, basically, and then you just have wave upon wave of enemies. You usually have one or two really big enemies, and then like there's clearly a pecking order, but they just send out waves of these different enemies at you, and it's really fun to kind of use their different aspects against each other. Like you're talking about the shield guys, and of course when you destroy their shields, they explode.
Yeah.
So they actually will take out enemies around them or at least damage them. So it's like, I feel great when like one of the big like mounted enemies is running around and they're right next to like a line of these shield dudes, and rather than shooting the big enemy, I'm like shooting the shield guys, and I fire my shield at them and they explode and they damage the big guy, and it's like, yeah, this is cool, man. Like I'm digging this a lot.
Yeah.
So no, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun, and even better, it's on Game Pass.
Yep, exactly.
So,
just like South of Midnight and Clair Obscur.
Not saying I wouldn't be enjoying it if I'd paid for it, but I'm glad I didn't have to pay for it to find out I like it.
Exactly.
Well, you did pay for it,
price
just
anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, it's also a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to playing more of that. Although it is keeping me from Expedition 33, which I was hoping to get into as well, but maybe I should put Doom down for a bit and play a little bit of Expedition. But
you should try it.
I really want to.
It's so good.
There's so much good stuff. I also picked up, I didn't put this on the list just because I didn't really play it enough to have an extended conversation about it, but I did pick up Capcom Fighting Collection 2, which came out this week, which has a really good mix of games on there that is nice to have in a modern system. Certainly a lot of people are excited about the Power Stone games being on there, which, I loved Power Stone 1 and 2 on the Dreamcast.
I'd be more excited about Capcom versus SNK. I really liked.
Oh yeah, so did I. Yeah, you got both of those on there.
Yeah.
Project Justice.
Mm-hmm.
The second Rival Schools game, which is a little weird because the first Rival Schools game is not. On this collection.
Save something for the third one.
What's that?
Got to save something for the third one.
I guess. Let's go back and give you the predecessor to this game that we gave you the first time. Actually, I guess it's the same thing because it's got Plasma Sword, but not Star Gladiator.
Yeah.
Star Gladiator wasn't in the first collection, was it? I don't think it was.
I do not remember.
I don't either. But yeah, it's got some good games on there. So I'm
nice.
I am a casual fighting game fan.
Filthy casual.
That's me all over. So I'm looking forward to just kind of kicking back and playing a little Power Stone or something. But certainly I'm not going to be playing online because I would just lose, and then lose again. So, but I'm excited it's out. But that's what I've been playing.
Nice.
Who's up next?
I'm next.
CJ's up next.
I've been playing South of Midnight.
Hooray!
No, but also I wanted to shout out Walkabout Mini Golf.
I noticed you wearing a shirt today.
I am wearing a shirt. It's the Moldorama shirt. I always wear a shirt.
I mean,
thank goodness.
Much generally chagrin.
But yeah, so they released a new course, as they are wont to do almost every month, called Raptor Cliffs. That's this month's course, and it is vaguely like Pacific Northwest ish. It feels like that, and it's like dinosaur wildlife park if that was like a touristy sort of location in the Pacific Northwest that you could go to.
Yeah, are we purposely not saying Jurassic Park, or
it doesn't feel like Jurassic Park? No, it doesn't feel like Jurassic Park. It doesn't feel like Jurassic Park though, because it's sort of in the kitschy like Wonder Spot or like petting
like a tourist
zoo
trap
kind of thing, a tourist trap thing.
Okay,
in the Pacific Northwest specifically is what I'm thinking.
More like a roadside attraction.
Gravity Falls kind of vibe.
Yeah, Gravity Falls vibe. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. In fact, you start off the course, you are on the road that goes past Raptor Cliffs. Or on the roadside.
I see.
Yeah, and it's got like a little gift shop as you walk towards the first hole in the game, or in the course. There's 18 holes, of course. And you walk up to the gift shop and you go inside, and they have it's not called Moldorama in the game, but it is a Moldorama. It's very clearly a Moldorama machine.
Right.
And it's called the Dino Mold-tastic machine. And it's 50 cents in the game to make a little dinosaur, dinosaur plastic toy that you can take home. And I saw that, and a tear formed under my eye inside my VR headset, so it kind of got caught on the padding there, but it didn't roll all the way down my cheek. It got caught.
I do love a Moldorama.
I love Moldorama. It's so good. And I was playing with Thomas and Sean from our Discord, and Thomas, of course, was not familiar with Moldorama.
Well, he's a cheeky little tank engine. Why would he be?
Right?
Wow. So
it's not wrong.
Having grown up in Europe and all that, so
right.
He didn't have the freedom of a plastic toy.
Buying an injected molded plastic toy.
Buying an injected
God.
Yeah, I don't want that freedom either. But anyway,
you don't want the freedom to be able to purchase?
Yeah, I do. You're right. I do want that freedom. You're absolutely right.
They had a whole exhibit of them at the Museum of Science and Industry not that long ago, CJ.
That's very exciting. I wish I could have gone.
Yeah, you bet it is.
But anyway, yeah, in that course, if you've not played Walkabout Mini Golf, and if you own a VR headset, you owe it to yourself to buy Walkabout Mini Golf. I think it's even on Horizon Plus, which used to be MetaQuest Plus, their little subscription thing. And I think it's on PlayStation Plus game catalog as well. So you can try it. Anyway, Walkabout Mini Golf is, to me anyway, one of the killer apps of VR. It's so fun. And they have so many DLC courses, and they're cheap. They're like $4 a piece. And Raptor Cliffs is an excellent course. It's very roadside attraction style.
That's cool.
But with dinosaurs that move around, and it's fun and derpy, and it looks great, and the music's great. It's just a great course overall. So yeah, and then we play every Saturday on the Discord. A bunch of us get together and play Walkabout Mini Golf together, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, still a great game that I still play almost every weekend. Not every weekend, but I'm usually there. So anyway, that's what I've been playing. Greg,
hi.
What about you?
You guys don't play very many video games. How did I end up being the person who played the most this week?
I know. I actually realized, like, I'm taking a break. I'm sort of like waiting for the Switch 2. I'm like,
oh, right, because you have 2 pre-orders.
I want to play Mario Kart World, and I'm just kind of waiting in anticipation of Mario Kart World. Yeah. And Yakuza 0 Director's Cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, besides South of Midnight and Doom: The Dark Ages, which we've already talked about, I've been playing a lot more Balatro because I'm still playing that game, and I've finally actually unlocked and beaten all the different decks in the game.
Oh,
so
nice.
now I've moved on to the challenges, because there's 20 different challenges as well, so these just basically, it's a standard game, but it has like a very specific rule set. Like the challenge I'm on right now, it's like 1 in every 4 cards is actually dealt face down, and you have to get through doing that. And there was like another one where
that's fun.
The chips you earned during a hand couldn't exceed the amount of money you had. So you need to keep your balance up so that the hands would be worth their full amounts and things like that. So little things like that. Then I've beaten like 4 or 5 of those now too. So I just love that game so much.
It's a great game. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and it's one of the PS Plus games
it is
this month. So you have no excuse.
Exactly. We mentioned that last week. And again, yes, you should definitely try it. It's one of those games, like we talked about this back when I called it out as my game of the year last year. It's one of those games where you're going to know inside of like 5 minutes whether you like it or not. You're either going to be addicted or you're not going to like it. And and now that you can try it just by downloading it, and not that it's an expensive game anyway. Yeah, you should try it. Yeah, so playing a lot of that
over and play through all the Balatro missions in Dave the Diver for me.
I will do that.
Good.
We should do screen sharing.
Oh.
Yeah.
There we go. That's a thing you can do. I've not done that before.
Mm-hmm. It's an online world now, Phil.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, don't.
Who needs to be together in person anymore?
I mean,
gross. Silent Hill 2 remake, I finally finished.
Yeah.
Apparently I got the most common ending.
All right.
I guess. So I'm really happy that I finally played it, because Silent Hill 2 is a classic. I mean, it's one of those games. It feels like it's always been sort of a big hole in my gaming experience, because even, if you're not super into the genre or anything, Silent Hill 2 is just one of those like all-time classics that everybody loves, and the remake is really well done. So I really enjoyed it. Although, as I previously mentioned, and I didn't realize this as I was playing it, I was told this later, it felt like the game kind of started to overstay its welcome, especially in the labyrinth area, and then got told like, oh, well, actually, the remake pads the game a lot. Because I think I was over 20 hours. It took me over 20 hours to beat it, and I think on PS2 it's more like a 12-hour game. Mm-hmm. I think. So that's a bit of a shame, but I mean, I get it. It seems like a lot of the worth of a lot of games in modern times, I'll say, is tied very specifically to how long it takes you to get through the game. Not that it wasn't like that 20 or 30 years ago, but it feels like it's even more important now. So I get why they did it. But I don't think it really helped the experience all that much. But either way, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I finished it. I enjoyed it. I need to go look up all these other endings on YouTube or something, because I'm not going to take the time to play through it again. Although apparently New Game Plus, you get a chainsaw that just mows through everything. So like all the combat is just basically you just run up and slice them in half. So, which does sound kind of fun. So I might try out New Game Plus for a little bit, but I don't think I'll try it out enough to finish it again. And I think that unlocks a bunch of weird endings as well. And then the other game I've been playing that we've sort of mentioned a few times already, but Expedition 33.
Yeah.
I'm still playing that. And Phil, you have to play that.
I know.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's downloaded. It's sitting there waiting for me.
Every time I play it, I keep like, I'm pretty sure the soundtrack is on like Spotify, right?
It is. Yeah.
I want it on vinyl so badly. I'm sure it would have to be like a box set, because it seems like there's a lot. But my God, the music in that game is so good. So yeah, I'm in the section right now where I'm trying to find I think it's pronounced Gestrel. Gestrel. Okay, Gestrel, a Gestrel village.
Yes.
Have you gotten that far, CJ?
Yep. I have been to the village.
Okay, so I'm like right there. That's where I was when I stopped playing today. And I'll tell you, man, like they have definitely introduced a lot of systems. I still not sure I completely understand Mael's stance system. Although I think I hit on it, because I was having a battle today. I think it was against one of the mimes actually. And I was like, using her abilities which is what puts her in her different stances. Right. So like you use this one ability and it puts her into like I don't even know what the names are, but it puts you in a specific stance that seems to not necessarily unlock, but it augments other abilities. And I got to the point where I had her in a virtuoso stance. And then there was an ability that you could use then that was like really powerful. So it was like you kind of had to, I think that's how it's supposed to work, is that you're chaining these abilities turn by turn. And I was starting to figure it out. So, because I'm playing like 2 or 3 games at a time, I do put it down for quite a while and then go back to it. So you have to kind of relearn things, especially the timing. But boy, there was one, I think I was fighting sort of a boss character in this level, and it had an attack, and I couldn't get the timing right at all on this thing. It was just taking me forever to whittle it down. And the very last time it came to do this like combo attack, I nailed it. I nailed the parry perfectly. And my character did a counterattack that killed him, that ended the battle. And I actually leapt out of my seat. I was like so excited I did it, because I was getting so frustrated. I could not get the timing down on it at all. And I finally did it at the last second. And it was like, this is so awesome.
Yeah. That moment where the enemy has hit you a bunch of times, you've fucked up the timing multiple times, and you're down to like, okay, if this hits one more time, my whole party's dead. And then you get it and you're like, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So no, it's feeling good that I'm starting to, start to understand the systems a little bit more. Like I said, with Mael's stances, she was getting pretty effective there too. Really starting to learn how to get the systems to play off each other a little bit. Like there was one of her stances. I wanted to get to the virtuoso stance, but the enemy had to be in a burn state. And I knew that had to happen. Yeah. So I actually was able to do that with one of my other characters. Like I had an ability that would
burn,
inflict it with burn
attack.
And, and then I was able to get into the virtuoso stance for that final attack. So
nice.
Yeah, man, it's a good game.
It is a good game.
Yeah.
It's
funny. I was thinking because it's been years not since I used Game Pass, but since I've been excited about first party. I mean, are these all technically first party? They're not. But you know what I mean? Like these are the ones
that two of them.
These are the ones that Microsoft is pushing, right? So anyway, it's been a while since I've been super excited about Game Pass releases.
Yeah.
And like the Forza Horizon series I've kind of left behind, and the Forza Motorsports series I'm not crazy about anymore either. And it's just, I don't know, there just hasn't been much on the Xbox in general that's gotten me excited. And now here we are. It's just like, oh my God, like South of Midnight, Expedition 33, now Doom. And, not that I'm playing Oblivion, but Oblivion hit. The Oblivion remake hit at the same time. It's like, it's been a
pretty good time
for Game Pass. And, two of these games that I just mentioned, South of Midnight, but also Expedition 33, like they are absolutely on my short list for Game of the Year so far. So, man, it's a good time, but it's also right before the Switch 2 is coming out, and I want to play Mario Kart. So,
Mario Kart.
But Phil, you got to play Expedition 33.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I do.
It's very good.
Yeah. The devs, apparently, I was looking this up while you were chatting just now. The devs had said that they are going to be releasing a vinyl edition of the soundtrack.
Nice.
That's not shocking.
So yeah, please look forward to that.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's it.
All right.
Okay. I guess that means it's time to head to the blue skies.
I wanna fly sky high. Let's go together.
All right. Let's do this one from hacker alias Mudron, who says, me too. Yeah, it's Bill Mudron, our good friend. So, will Bungie still exist in a few years? You guys been paying any attention to the little bits of Switch 2 details that keep dribbling out, like you can only record 30 seconds of screen cap video? Favorite all-time breakfast cereal? Wow, there's 3 questions in here. Okay. Bungie still existing in a few years? To start, the big news here last week is that an artist found that Bungie had plagiarized a lot of their work for the Marathon graphic design, which kind of sucks for them.
Too.
Blatantly plagiarized, including like they had put loss in one of their designs.
The comic meme.
The comic meme loss. Yeah. They put it in their design, and that got copied too.
Well, I think one bit of the artwork even had the artist's hacker alias in there, like text.
Yes, some
of their screen name.
Yeah,
oh my God,
that was left in there. Whoopsie!
Whoops! But yeah, and this kind of goes back to what I was talking about with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
We don't need AI. We don't need AI because it's easy enough to just steal people's artwork without computers.
God, but people are going to be using AI more and more and more. I mean, do you remember when Nintendo got accused a couple of weeks ago for using AI in the Mario Kart World billboards? Did you guys see that?
I did not.
No.
And it's not. It wasn't AI. They were like, AI hasn't been used in anything for Mario Kart World. And the cars that people said looked like AI, these are cars on the track. Like they look like that in the world. Anyway, so and this was, Bungie's still existing in a few years. They have Marathon. Marathon has been getting kind of mixed reception. But this kind of goes back to what I was saying during the Texas Chainsaw Massacre discussion, where now you can't kind of have since people are used to playing first-person shooters and service games that have had years of content under their belt, when you get a game that is like, it's 3 maps or 4 maps and X number of weapons, because we're just starting on this development road, but players are expecting games that have the breadth of content that they're used to from these other games, it becomes a really tough thing where people aren't as excited about or happy with new games because they are not at the level of some of these service games that just keep going on and on and on.
Forever games have changed the industry completely.
Yeah. Yes.
I would argue not for the better, but
I agree too. Not for the better, because how are you going to get people to leave Fortnite or Call of Duty Warzone or another game to play your game that's just at the start of its content journey? And it has 3 maps.
What you should do is raise
3 maps. What the hell?
Raise the price.
What do you mean raise the price?
Raise the price of your games. That'll bring people to them. The perceived value goes up. It's like, well, they're charging more. It must be better.
But that's not true, because a lot of these games that have such a breadth of content are free.
I don't understand.
You were being sarcastic.
Yes.
No. That doesn't sound like Greg.
Yeah. People were shocked when Marathon was going to be a premium game. You can't do a premium game in the shooter space, apparently. But anyway. And then, let's talk about the second question that Muntron has here. You guys been paying any attention to the little bits of Switch 2 details keep dribbling out? Like 30 seconds of screen cap video. By the way, that's the same as Switch 1.
Is it?
Switch 1 is 30 seconds also. Which has been fine, mostly fine for my purposes. But then also you can use the mouse in the menu mode, or like the UI, the system UI. I don't know if you saw that. That's kind of cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they just released a detail that when playing with game chat, it does a little text to speech thing. So if you're not somebody who can hear the text or the speech in game chat, you can read it. There'll be like a little text to speech box on the side.
Okay.
That's kind of nice.
That's good.
Yeah. I think that's all cool. Those little bits are awesome.
Yeah.
Next favorite all-time breakfast cereal. Let's hear it.
My go-to answer is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Hey, that's mine too.
But if I am being honest and true to what's in my heart, I think it might actually be Fruity Pebbles.
Man, we did not have my aunt did not let us eat the sugary cereal you guys ate. It was sugary, really? But Cinnamon Toast Crunch was not a thing we had.
Oh my.
Cinnamon Toast
Fruity
Crunch,
Pebbles, same thing. I didn't like Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, I love
Fruity Pebbles. Had like a taste to it that I didn't like.
I am in the same boat as you, sir. I did not like Fruity Pebbles, despite all the advertising that was done to me, and I tried Fruity Pebbles quite a bit because I liked the ads.
Ho ho, you're hungry.
I didn't like it.
Bonnie, my Pebbles. Oh, I love them. I love Fruity Pebbles.
I was a Cap'n Crunch guy. Maybe no surprise now.
Just plain Cap'n Crunch?
Just plain Cap'n Crunch.
Not even like Crunch Berries?
Nope, not Crunch Berries.
Peanut butter ones?
Nope.
Wow.
Plain old Cap'n Crunch.
I gotta get my Crunch Berries.
I feel like
Don't do that. Say it, Greg.
I feel like we're learning so much about the different hosts here. Who's the one who had the sugariest cereals when they were a kid? Weird. It's Phil.
It's Phil.
Did I ever tell you my Lucky Charms story?
No, let's hear it.
I don't think so.
You know Lucky Charms.
Of course.
Yeah. little, I think they're oat pieces.
Yeah.
Kind of bland, little frosted. I believe it's oat bits with multicolored marshmallow bits in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first of all, let me put this out
Great
there.
Commercials, by the way.
What's that?
Great commercials, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
all those kids are after
shoes.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
So, and this is another weird thing about me.
I like the parody that I think it's in Rick and Morty. There's a parody of Lucky Charms that is hilarious.
Squiggly Squiggles or whatever stupid Rick and Morty name for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they just don't they like cut him open or something?
They cut him open.
Yeah.
He's like, no, don't do it.
So
anyway,
so I'm a dry cereal eater. Which I know. I know. But I love me my dry cereal. I eat my cereal dry.
My daughter does that too.
Give me a glass of milk. Absolutely. But I want that bowl.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
To be
bone dry. Yeah.
So
no, can't do it.
When I was a kid,
Phil likes it dry.
When I was a kid, I'm not following that up.
He's not going to.
When I was a kid,
to that.
When I was a kid eating a bowl of Lucky Charms, what I would do, it's Saturday morning. You're sitting there, you're watching cartoons.
Yeah.
I would very carefully, very deliberately eat my Lucky Charms, not just big spoonfuls, but I would like maneuver my spoon around. I would just eat the cereal bits. Okay.
Yeah.
Eat all the cereal so that you are left with a bowl of the little marshmallows. Those little dry, dehydrated marshmallows.
Yep.
You scoop them up with your hands. You crunch them together. They make a very nice, satisfying noise as you're crushing them together.
Mm-hmm.
So you end up with a sphere of dry marshmallows, and then you just eat that like you're eating an apple.
Good God.
That's what I did as a kid. And that's what made me the man I am today.
Like when I picture little Phil.
Yeah.
Sitting in front of the TV on Saturday morning and the
watching some Muppet Babies.
The sugar I already knew you ate.
Oh yeah.
I always, the image that always comes to me is like, you remember that Looney Tunes series where it was like Spike, the big bulldog.
Oh yeah.
And there was the little dog that would always be like flitting around and jumping all over it. What are we doing today, Spike? What are you doing today?
What are we doing?
That's you. That's how I picture you when you were
fair enough.
When you were young.
Fair enough. Absolutely.
I was boring. We had, almost always the go-to at our house was Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes are good.
Oh,
that was big in my house as well.
And for a treat, like if my aunt was going to buy us like a cereal that was like just for the kids, it would be honeycombs.
Honeycomb's also good.
Yeah, we loved honeycomb.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever had honeycomb.
And mini wheats. We really like mini wheats. I still like mini wheats. That's probably as an adult. That would, if I don't really eat cereal anymore, but if I did, mini wheats.
Yeah. Frosted mini wheats or just
mini wheats?
Okay.
Yeah.
I went through a frosted mini wheat phase.
Hay bales.
Yeah. No, I love frosted mini wheats. I still do. I just don't really eat cereal anymore. So
CJ, you've not had honeycomb.
I've not had honeycomb. No,
it's good.
It's big.
It's not super sweet.
It's not small.
No.
Oh.
CJ knows.
I know. Yeah, I was either Frosted Flakes, Trix, Cap'n Crunch, or Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay.
I will say,
rotating.
I do love Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
It's great, right?
I don't buy it.
Top tier.
But I
top tier.
Do like it.
I didn't really like Cookie Crisp either.
Oh, I loved
Cookie Crisp. Wow.
Loved Cookie Crisp.
I forgot about Cookie Crisp.
Oh my gosh. As you might imagine, I loved Cookie Crisp. As you might imagine, I still love Cookie Crisp. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
CJ,
Yes.
As a fellow, we could just talk about cereal for an hour and a half.
I assume we all ate Pac-Man cereal at one point.
Oh, are you kidding? Absolutely.
Yeah, we definitely had Pac-Man cereal.
And Nintendo cereal system.
Yeah, the Nintendo cereal system. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we dabbled. Don't get me wrong. It's not like we weren't allowed to eat any of these things, but like our go-tos were like Frosted Flakes and honeycomb.
Yeah. Yeah. As a fellow Trix enjoyer, CJ.
Yes.
Which did you prefer? What shape of your Trix cereal do you like? Do you like the spheres or the ones that are shaped like little fruit?
Spheres all the way.
Good lad.
Fuck those fruit shapes.
Good lad. I thought I was going to have to quit the show
in the chat. In the chat, Dave's calling out C3POs. I remember C3POs.
You know what? I never had like C3PO cereal.
I don't like them either, but I remember it.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I was so disappointed because I wanted to love the C3PO cereal because I was a Star Wars kid.
Yeah,
but I did not like them.
Yeah,
not cereals from the 80s.
Maybe we should do a second. Maybe we should do another tweet.
I don't know. I guess the cereal conversation's been pretty fun.
Yeah, this has been three questions in a row, but we probably should do another one. Let's do another one from listener Stu, who says, as a connoisseur of many transatlantic podcasts, why do Americans, quote, beat games and Europeans, quote, finish games? Please discuss the socio-political meanings in great detail, as I know Phil inevitably will. And I think somebody else said that in Japan, they clear video games.
Oh. Now, where is this listener
Shane
from?
Bettenhausen used to say that he cleared games. Do you remember that?
Really?
He when he finished a game, he'd say he was like Phantasy Star clear.
No, that was owning the games. That was owning the series.
Yeah.
You owned all of them. Then it was
that was Phantasy Star
clear.
Right. Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog clear.
If you've purchased all the games in a series, you are clear.
And if you had the Japan versions and like all the different versions, then you were clear.
Sorry,
he had different rankings. Like he was like, diamond rank, platinum rank.
Was that what it was?
I don't remember the exact ranking, but he definitely did have different tiers for like, I have all the US releases. I have all the, foreign releases as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I brought it up.
So, did you say that you beat the game?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mostly said, I used to say beat the game.
I beat that game.
But now I
think about it. I don't remember what I say.
This goes back to the Revolutionary War when we beat the crown to become an independent nation.
Look how that's working out.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
I'm sure.
I thought it was the Lee Greenwood song you were supposed to sing now.
Let's not, please. Please.
Or you could sing the Canadian version of that song. He's got versions of that song for multiple countries.
Which is just
so funny
capitalism at its finest.
I don't know if I say finish or beat, but I'll tell you one thing. So I spent a year managing a video rental store in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island.
Yep.
Yes.
And some of the people there used to say that they bet the game.
What? That's just
a local. Is that just an accent thing going on?
Just a dialogue thing. It wasn't even an accent. It was just a dialogue thing. Yeah. I bet the game. I had one customer in particular who would come in and tell me that he bet the game on the rental.
Oh.
And it was just, and I finally said, like, I had to ask him. I was like, I don't understand. I mean, I got what he meant, but I was like, I've never heard anyone say that before. And he's like, no, that's just the way some people say it.
No one says it that way.
Yeah. Freak. I ate some barbecue last night. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I ate it.
Pretty much. I think that's exactly it, actually.
Yeah, I bet that game already. Yeah. I ain't gonna play that. I already bet it.
Yes.
What you fellers playing? What you got there for me?
I don't know.
Perfect.
Got the Doom Eternal. Been playing that game tape
Y'all playing some of that game tape there? I already bet that
pretty
one,
good.
but I highly recommend you play that one as well.
That Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Yep.
Pretty good.
God.
Hey, related.
Yeah. What's up?
Related.
Yeah.
What did back in the day when you were playing NES games for the first time, back when you were a youngster, what did you call it when you collected an item that gave you another try once you died in the game?
Extra life.
A 1-up.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I ever used the term 1-up.
No?
No?
No, I knew it and I'd heard it, but I never used it.
And you got an extra life?
Got an extra life.
Okay, because I've also heard extra guy. I've heard extra man.
Extra try, I heard before.
Oh, yeah? I don't know if I've ever heard extra try. But, yeah, I think I was an extra guy back in the day.
Extra guy.
I got an extra guy.
Okay.
You know, I collected one of those green mushrooms in Mario, so I got an extra guy. You know?
I always called them 1-ups.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know why.
Huh.
Well, I mean, there were some games that they were called 1-ups. I mean, that was
the Mario series, yeah.
So it makes sense that you called them that.
Yeah,
it's not weird.
Flamingo Cocktail in our chat saying another guy. So there you go.
Yep.
Got another guy.
Got another guy.
If I keep getting enough another guys, I get enough guys, I can bet that game.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us, would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on social media platforms like Blue Sky, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Stewart. You'll find Generation 16 episodes there. You will find show notes and links to all the things that we talked about, and a link to our Discord server where we can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
Oddly musical.
Yeah, it was.
Way to go there. My goodness. If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitch televisions. Just follow our Blue Sky account to find out when we are doing our next live show. Typically, it is Sunday evenings at 5:30 specific time. So join us, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 Podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. I don't want to spoil this surprise, but CJ has been so excited about this sudden Moldorama renaissance in gaming. We are looking to purchase for the show our very own Moldorama machine. We are going to get a die-tooled mold to put into our very own Player One Moldorama, where you can spend a couple bucks and watch as you get an injected molded figure of the three of us
Yeesh.
in a warm embrace. And it is going to be a charming collectible memento of a podcast that you have heard of, which is ours. So help us make our Chicagoland area souvenir dreams come true.
I've
you can tell
cooled on
CJ's
the idea.
Excited.
I've cooled on the idea, like plastic once it's cooled down.
That's very thematic. That's very on brand. Well, if we don't do that, We'll probably just use the money to keep the podcast going. But
I guess.
I think we should look into the Moldorama thing.
I don't think we should.
I think it would be worthwhile.
This is why CJ owns 51% of the company.
That's right. I've made a decision.
But I'll tell you what, friendos, if you are indeed a Patreon subscriber of the $5 tier,
cheap,
you gain special weekly access to a bonus episode that we record right after this. We play games, crack wise, having fun doing all that stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ.
Yes.
Now, see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Before Greg showed up,
I know, right?
I was like, what are we going to do in our after show? We usually play some sort of game.
Yeah.
And we couldn't do, it'd be very difficult.
Yeah.
Or boring to do an EGM quiz if it's just you quizzing me.
Yeah.
But I mean, do we have a game? What's going on? It's pure chaos now.
Phil, we do have a game, indeed.
Yeah.
We have an AI art game from our good friend, Mike.
Oh, dear.
Oh, God. You know what? I can't make the show. I forgot. I can't be here tonight.
Yeah, I got to go too. My kid's lacrosse game is about to start up.
What? I don't think that's right.
It's crazy.
It's 7:30 at night? That's
timing
weird.
Works out like this. Yeah, it's one of those night lacrosse games that they have so frequently here in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
You recently played a mini golf
light
game
until like 9:30. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, please join us for that.
It
should be
fun.
And I'll tell you what, if you have a couple bucks left over, why don't you head over to patreon.com/Greg Seward and help support Greg's outstanding, and it is outstanding web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Phil. And if you are a supporter of the $3 tier,
am I too late for the Doom discussion?
Yes.
I don't know if you've played that game yet. It's set in my house. I live there, and it's really weird. Like you're going through like my living room. It's weird.
That is weird.
It's also cheap, Greg. Your Patreon is very affordable.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
You get early access to all my videos. I'm currently working on the Generation 16 episode about Joe Montana football, and actually had an interview with the developer of the canceled Activision version of the game.
Is that the guy who said Montana back to pass?
No. Very exciting.
That's pretty cool.
Talk Football wasn't for a couple of, I think that was like the third one.
Oh, Montana back to pass.
Wow. That's another, we've got another character for CJ.
Yeah.
Sports Talk CJ.
Anime prospector and Sports Talk CJ.
Sports Talk CJ.
Anyway, please consider.
That's what it sounded like.
You can you start doing like speak and spell voice. You can do the same thing.
You can do all of that.
Press C.
Yeah.
Welcome to Speak and Spell.
Electronic toys in the 80s were the best.
You bet they were. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to the Player One podcast.
Next spell podcast.
CJ and I are just going to do the entire show as Speak and Spells. Sorry, Greg. Get with the program. Evolve or die. And that's fun to do, isn't it, CJ?
It is kind of fun.
It really is.
Now that you're talking about it,
right?
I'm really enjoying doing the voice.
The only winning move is not to play.
I think Greg's tired of us now. Shaking his head.
Anyway.
I'm sure he speaks for the listeners too.
CJ.
Yeah?
Kill me. Just kill me.
Thank you, CJ.
Thank you, Phil.
There it is. Oh, I'm going to try doing this. I don't know if it's going to work.
Nope. It did not work.
Didn't work.
Yo.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, no, you don't need to thank me for that. But a big old thank you to you, our wonderful, wonderful listeners. Every single darn one of you putting up with this every week.
I know.
As always, take care of yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your speak and spells. Be kind to your sports talk video games. Were there other sports talk games, Greg?
Yeah, baseball and football.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that was it.
I couldn't remember if that ended up being a kind of a big series or if it was just like a one and done thing. But
no, they did it. I mean, I think it just became standard for their World Series. You know what? I don't know.
At a certain
later
point,
World
they
Series
didn't advertise it.
Yeah,
Okay,
but I think it did become standard. I mean, it was kind of a trend-setting thing, right?
they should have kept it going. Sports talk Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Sonic clears Green Hill Zone.
Doesn't make any sense.
Perfect. Anyway, we'll see y'all next week, folks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.